What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Get Off My Lawn. I am Al the Geek. This is the bi-weekly show brought to you by the World Foam Alliance, where it's myself and one Captain Xavier, and it is called Get Off My Lawn. Why? We're two old guys that love to talk about everything foam flinging related, but because we're old guys, we're sometimes grumpy. Sometimes we'll talk about other things that nobody cares about, and we'll complain about things that hurt, and you know what then? We'll just kick you off our lawn. Why? Because crazy old people do that. Anyways, if you're here, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Also, send it out to your friends, share to people, let them know that we're here. Our whole goal and mission, what is it? It's to unify. It is amazing how many people own dart blasters of all kinds all over the world in your backyard next year or next door to you, in the same county, same town, yet you don't know where they are. And this is what we're trying to do. Unify, connect the world. That way we can all have large foam flinging Nerf wars all over the place. But to do that, you got to find out where everyone is. As you all know, and you're probably getting tired of it, but like I said, until someone sends me a lot of money, our website is currently under development. And as soon as we got money to actually pay a developer to make it, it's going to be great. We have plans. We just need money. So we'll figure it out. Trust me, that's what we do. That's why we're here. We do what we do. Again, we're a nonprofit. Why are we a nonprofit? Because we make no money. We do this because we love doing it. We have a lot of fun doing it. And for us, this is very important because we all know how great and how wonderful the Nerf hobby is. In other news, I guess, event-wise coming up, we have a couple events. And I guess RAG is the main one. Also locally, we have Maryland Foam Alliance on Saturday is having a 10-year anniversary of the Southern Maryland House of Nerf, which is also one of the founding groups of the Maryland Foam Alliance. That is this Saturday. So I think if I don't go to Canada, I will be at that one. Other than that, there's a bunch of stuff we're going to get into. But first and foremost, we have one Captain Xavier. Dude, what's shaking, brother? How are you, man?
I'm on an adventure. I'm currently at Sergeant Deplorable's NSA safe house. He and I are going to Detroit this weekend for Z13. We are going to get ourselves absolutely wrecked by spry zombies in their home turf. I have no doubt. We are not bringing heavy loadouts. We've both brought light loadouts. We will see if it works out at all. But I'm also going to go to Canada and try to smuggle home some root beer. Should be a good trip.
Canadian root beer. I think that's awesome. Now, you guys are starting out because you're not flying right to Detroit. You're starting somewhere else and then driving back, correct? Or
yeah,
these secret plans?
We're flying into Cleveland because there were better flights into Cleveland than into Detroit for reasons. And there are 2 Lego stores in Cleveland, and we're both collectors of Lego store stamps. I've got my Lego passport with me, so we'll be hitting those. There's also some soda shops in Cleveland. I want to see if they have so many root beers I don't have yet. And then we're going to drive our way along the Great Lake up to Detroit, hitting Lego shops and soda shops along the way. And then Saturday, we will have the actual the Z13 thing in the morning. And then we'll have the afternoon to do whatever we want. And then Sunday, we're going to go look at hotels, museums, and there's a fort we want to go take a look at. And at some point, we plan to sneak over to Canada and try to smuggle some root beer back. We'll see how it works out.
Don't forget to bring your passport.
Oh, yes. I've got my passport. I've got my Lego passport. I am good to go.
As friendly as Canadians are, they still want to see papers. Go figure.
I'm more concerned about getting back.
I always feel at that point with like, you want to get back in this country, dude? Well, look, where do you want me to go? Where, like a citizen, like where do you expect me to go? I used that one time. And it's like, yeah, just go. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. And so tell us more about the Detroit event for the locals and everyone else, just times and everything else that it actually is.
I know nothing about it. I think it's in either a laser tag or an airsoft arena. It's like 4 hours Saturday morning, and it's a lot of very intense HVZ. But it's generally like, survive as long as you can kind of HVZ. There is apparently one where there's a super zombie and you have to assemble the rocket launcher or whatever and take it out. But it's mostly just try to survive. They also do their version of Pinger HVZ. They don't call it Pinger HVZ. They called it something else, but it's Pinger HVZ. Everyone gets a timer that may or may not go off. When it goes off, you're a zombie. Hurrah! Which we play at my arena as well. I picked it up in England at the Foundries where I learned that game mode. Should be a lot of fun. There is luckily shouldn't be any other like major special ammo types. So that's why we were able to pack light. I think between us we're just bringing 3 pew-pews. Nothing much. Just light loadouts. So should be good. We'll need to pick up ammo somewhere.
You'll drive by enough Walmarts or Targets, man.
Yeah,
from Cleveland, Detroit.
Not a concern. They're just not going to bother flying it there, nor do I plan to bring any of it back. We're staying in some guy's garage, I believe, on some cots. Sounds like deluxe accommodations. Should be lovely. We may or may not be savaged by hounds in our sleep.
Pending on the garage, man. There's some cool garages, and there's some very nice sketch garages.
This one apparently does have an access code, so I mean, it's got at least some tech.
Some security.
Operation Rocket Making continues. I have made rockets. I was able to make. I have 2 here. One of them I made today in like 10 minutes, maybe. That most of it was just waiting for the glue on the fins to dry. The rest of it was super simple. I've got all the laser cutting dialed in. I was able to laser cut the foam for up here with a laser cutter, cut the fins on a laser cutter. They are so sharp. That's fabulous.
It is.
Cord out the inside for altimeter, cut the head in half, all of it. Very simple. I finally got the process dialed in. I'm just dialing in materials because that's the hard part. The fins are just 5mm craft foam. You can get that at any craft store or online. The head is 10mm EVA foam, which you can get in bulk. The cheapest source I found are floor mats, gym floor mats or shop floor mats. That's usually a 10mm EVA foam. And I like the one side being textured and the other side being smooth. The textured side glues better to the pool noodle. And the foam having a more textured surface, I find, makes it glue really, really nicely. And then the flat side, it's 2 layers glued together. You can't tell because of how small that is. But that's 2 layers of foam, that gray foam.
That looks really good.
Yeah, they came out really, really well. I actually had to remake one of them because the pool noodle that I used for mine is a black foam, and it's a little bit denser and just a little bit bigger. And so having the hot wire that I used to core it out at the same height for that foam made this one too loose. And so it would fit on the post and it would fire, but it didn't have quite the range because it wasn't able to build up as much pressure. And it wouldn't just like fall off the post, but the altimeter has a lower post that a secondary rocket sits on that's shorter, and it would just fall off of that. And you're like, okay, that's not good enough. So I had to quick tear the head and the fins off of the one I'd made, core out a new one, glue it all back on. But luckily, the head is super easy to glue because I use barge cement, which cures instantly. And then the fins, I'm using a clear E6000, which isn't instant cure, but it's pretty quick. It like
we
takes
tested it last time on the show.
What?
We tested it last time on the show.
Yeah.
While we were talking near the end.
I went through a lot of different glues trying to find the right glue for the fins, and ultimately clear E6000 was what works the best. So I've got the 2 glues sorted out. I've got most of the materials because this craft foam you can get on Amazon. This you can get on Amazon. Then it's just down to the head and the body, and that's what I haven't found a really good, reliable source for just the right material. I've gone through a whole bunch of different pool noodles. I've gone through weird stuff online. Somebody gave me some ideas last time that actually did bear fruit.
Good.
I've got a couple of things I still need to experiment with. A couple you're like, no, this isn't going to work. I found one that's the perfect material, absolutely magnificent, but it's small.
Oh,
no. It's like 6 inches long and 2 inches wide, and I need it 10 inches long and 2.5 inches wide, but the material is perfect, so at least I know it exists. And those ones I don't have to bore out at all because those ones are the exact diameter of Mega XL. Inside diameter of Mega XL. So anything Mega XL will fit on, or anything that the old Nerf arrows will fit on, these will fit on perfectly. I'm just waiting for the material for the heads. And of all things, what I ended up going with, I searched, stress balls that were the right diameter. I searched for, little foam footballs that were the right diameter. And ultimately, what ended up being the right diameter in the right material were EVA foam balls meant to be put on car antennas to make it easier to spot your car in the parking lot.
I think your use is better.
Little bit more expensive than I'd like, but again, I do get to cut them in half and make 2 out of each that I got. So
yes.
I have 25 of the foam bodies that they will fit, and I ordered 13 of the foam things, so I'll get 26 heads, 25, and I'll be able to make a whole bunch of mini Titan rockets that will work on all kinds of stuff. The original mini Titan rockets I were making look great, but the walls were too flimsy and they kept getting ruptured by the more powerful launchers. And that's a shame.
What I love about the fact here, again, the fact that so for the longest time, obviously, you started with Titan rockets, and because you have now, I think, own every Titan rocket on the West Coast and then some.
I just picked up another one. I'm up to 62.
Of course you did. But then the realization
50 with the original head and a dozen with replacement heads. It's a beautiful round number. I had 61 before, which is a prime number, and it's just an ugly number.
Correct.
And now I've got beautiful. 62. I've got 50 and a dozen, and it's just lovely.
I love the fact that
I have all of the Titan rockets and all of the land.
Well, it is so because now you got it for all the launchers that everyone keeps finding, but obviously there's no ammo for. There's one.
Yeah. The Ultimator, it's a lot harder to find Ultimator rockets than it is to find Titan rockets. And now I can make them. The reason that it's a problem for things like the Ultimator is it's really easy to rechamber the Titan.
Yep.
Because the barrel just threads off, and you can thread on a replacement and use 3/4 inch PVC, which is what most pool noodles are normally before you bore them out. And then you don't even have to bore it out. In fact, I would recommend not bore. If you're going to make your own Titan rockets, don't try to bore out the pool noodle. Rechamber the Titan rocket for your pool noodle. It's just the better way to go in every possible scenario.
It is, because coring out foam, it's a science, but it's not an exact science.
Yeah, I've managed to find a really good and reliable way to do it. But it's really expensive because you need the wire cutter, and I've got jigs that I've printed to hold the foam in place. And ultimately I'm doing all of this going, it would just be easier to rechamber my Titans. And so as soon as I'm actually off of this call, I'm going to order some materials for rechambering Titans. But for the Ultimator is not easy to rechamber. There's no easy way to rechamber an Ultimator. There's some ways you hypothetically could, but they're not going to be clean. They're not going to be convenient. It's an issue. But the other nice thing about the Ultimator is it is a larger bore.
Yep.
Which means you can get away with a larger pool noodle, which actually makes it a lot easier to bore out without getting cumbersome. So, yeah. I've found some foam that I could probably core out and make Titan rockets. But in the end, I realized, no, I think I'm just going to rechamber some Titans.
There you go.
And we'll see how that turns out. Again, the trick is finding the head that matches your noodle.
What I wanted to touch upon is the fact that you're able to now, you turn it into a science in terms of reproducing this armor. And you've always been great about putting out videos and letting people know how to make it. So what you've now just introduced and allowed for is someone will probably go out and 3D print or design something that will shoot these rockets, which are even more updated than the Ultimator or the Titan rocket. Like for example, like for those following along at home that don't know, today we do have Eric the Moose that's going to be on with us shortly. He is a man that has been making big and ridiculous things, and myself and Captain Xavier have been lucky recipients of all his wondrous toys. So now I just can't help as I'm sitting there listening to you, and I see him just off in the green room. I'm thinking the man is going to design something to shoot these things. So someone please find the foam that Captain Xavier needs, because like if you're not seeing this connection, it's like 2 + 2 people. Give me the goddamn plus to put these two together for the wonderful 4 that will exist. So yeah, find the man, the foam, because you know that Eric at one point is going to go, you know what? I have an idea.
Yeah, so somebody recently, I got my hands on a Jericho, which is a spring-powered demolisher rocket launcher. I would love for somebody to develop a spring-powered Titan rocket launcher. The Ultimator already is spring-powered. It is a giant springer. And it uses a ratcheting system to pull back a massive extension spring rather than a compression spring like we usually use. So it's absolutely possible because it already exists. Moose is in the background going, wait a minute. Do I already have that? Yeah, so the
you know what? If this, go ahead. We'll bring him on.
The trick is the air volume.
Go ahead, Cap.
And not having too much dead space, and yeah, but it absolutely can be done. One thing I will definitely be attempting to develop is I've got a Jericho coming. Or is that what I said before? The Fenrir is the one that I meant. The Fenrir was the spring-loaded demolisher rocket launcher. The Jericho is the drain blaster, the self-pumping drain blaster. Yes. Shell blaster.
Yes.
And I absolutely intend to make a shell that's just a Titan rocket post or an Ultimator post. That would be super easy to make, especially or ultimately, I mean, either that or a 3/4 inch PVC post. So then for the non-cored out Titan rockets, I plan to develop. And yeah, I do plan to make videos on the whole process, how I'm doing it, the ridiculously overcomplicated method that I have developed. And all of the jigs and stuff that I've designed will be made available online. The biggest one, the most important one, is the fletching jig. In order to get the fletchings exactly, the fins exactly 1/3 of the way and at exactly a 5-degree tilt, I have a jig that this sits on that then holds the fins and until the glue sets, and it's very, very simple. It's a very simple jig, no supports necessary. No hardware necessary. It's 4 3D printed parts. 3 of them are identical because they just hold the fin. I've got it for Titan rocket post. I've got it for Ultimator post. I have it for Demolisher rocket. I will need to make one for 3/4 inch for when I do that. But that's literally making one small change in an STL to make this part smaller. So that'll be made available. I've also made a series of cutting jigs for cutting things like stress balls in half. So you can cut them perfectly in half. I've got jigs for coring this out on a wire cutter. All of that kind of stuff will be made available, and you can see how it's all done. All of the fins and the head cap is cut using a laser cutter. Finally broke down and got myself one of those. Had some trouble with it. Figured out that it was just a loose set screw. Works perfectly now. Super, super easy. To design whatever you want in Tinkercad and export it as an SVG, import it into the laser cutter tool, and away it goes. It was made even simpler by you can change the exact bed size in Tinkercad to be the exact dimensions of the material that you're going to cut. So as long as your pattern fits within that print size, it will cut with as little waste as possible. Yeah, works beautifully. So I've got more fin material coming. I've got more cap head coming. I've got more noodle options coming. I've got more foam head options coming. That's kind of what I'm waiting for, is for all the materials to arrive so I can say, here is the source for this. Here is the source for that. Because up to this point, it's, well, I got this at a Goodwill 7 years ago and have been using it ever since. Not really a reliable source. Or Yeah, these foam footballs I got at the dollar store 6 years ago. I don't know if the dollar store still carries them. Probably not. So that's, again, not a reliable source. If I can find a good source of stress balls that are cheap, or problem is nothing on Amazon lasts forever. Something that you bought 3 years ago might not be available anymore. So ultimately, it's going to come down to you're going to need to source your own noodle and a head that fits them. And then cut this to that same diameter and cut the fins however you want.
And so be it, and away you go.
Yeah, it's the big part was figuring out the right glues. That was probably I spent a lot of money on glues that ultimately did not work.
I wish you were more thorough. You know what I mean? Like if there's any way you can be more thorough about this, that'd be great.
More slap, yeah. I only tried 8 different glues. It's really kind of a slapdash. Just I
only have 27 jigs.
3 different contact cements: E6000, B6000, B7000, shoe glue, Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, Hot Glue.
Did you even use white glue?
Originally, the problem the first glue I had was E6000. The problem was I had white E6000 and not clear E6000. I didn't know clear E6000 existed. I assumed all E6000 was white. And so I was looking for clear equivalents. And so B6000 is clear, B7000 is clear, Gorilla Glue is clear. So I was trying those, and then I was mentioning it in a Discord that E6000 works, but it's not clear, which makes it a pain to work with. And goes, what do you mean E6000 isn't clear? My E6000 is clear. So I Googled it, and I can't even find the white E6000 now. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how long I've had it. I don't remember buying it.
It's from that dollar store 4 years ago, that had the football.
No, I genuinely think when I bought my tool chest, I think it was in the tool chest already. Like, it came with the tool chest I got on Craigslist.
So yeah.
So I bought 2 tubes of clear E6000, and it's absolutely perfect. So contact cement, E6000. Those are the 2 solvents you need, the 2 glues you need.
There you go. Bingo bango.
Is solved.
And you got rocks. You got rockets.
Yeah, and you've got rockets. You can cut your stuff with lasers and hot wires, or you can use a hacksaw or a bandsaw. You don't have to do it the fancy way. The hot wire with the right jigs is very, very precise, and it's really nice. But if you change your pool noodle size by even a millimeter, you're gonna need to change your jigs, or everything's gonna be off, because it's precise. You got to be within millimeters of the right sizes for these things, or it all falls apart. Which is why I again advocate: don't core the pool noodle, rechamber the Titan. It's
easier. Nice.
The amount of suffering it will save.
I tell you, save the suffering.
See, if I was a better capitalist, I would put together an even more reliable system and sell these things. But I'm a lousy capitalist, you see, and I can't be bothered.
We need to find you an assistant that's a capitalist.
Yeah,
and a camera person capitalist.
I need
one Captain Xavier.
I need a patsy.
No, submit your resumes. He's looking for a cameraman capitalist. And
that's what I need.
It's like
if anybody has seen HBO's Rome, I need a Posca.
See, there it is. There it is, man. Anyways, just wanted to do a quick shout out. We have Andrew, aka Dart Sweep, in the chat room, and good shout out to him because he finally crested the 2,000 mark about a month ago. He decided, you know what, I need to do stuff, and so he has been just a posting machine. And it's funny because a lot of those videos, I don't know how many terabytes that phone has, man, because he has just like got into into what he has, and he has some great stuff on there. So it's wonderful to see that he's sharing it and he's putting it out there. Also, so again, what we have today is with us, we have one Eric the Moose that's going to be on, and he's been on the show before, but part of the reason why we wanted to pull him on for this one is because he claims to claims to. I've seen it, and I think it's pretty cool. And I know he's posted about it anyway. Is that the man seems to have perfected the double stack mag, on top of everything else that the man is working on. And he is not a full-time 3D designer or printer or everything else. He's got a regular job in life, everything else, yet still keeps making these cool things. So obviously, with the double stack mag, it's always the quest, right? Bigger and better magazines. How many more darts can I put in one little thing? And so this is just another option. So that's why we brought him on today. But worry about that at that time. What do you think, Cap? Should we bring him on? He's giggling in the background, anyways.
Yes, we should bring him on. Sergeant Deplorable has come home, so I may be mildly distracted. So let's bring on someone else to entertain the masses.
Eric, what's shaking, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Welcome to my new workshop / computer / office place. I can show off my collection now. It's nice and set up. So you guys want to talk magazines? Well, I decided that if I'm going to be forced to use pistol ammo, I might as well carry a lot of it. So let's see, examples here. So this is my new double stack magazines. This is a Talon magazine. Which one of these do you think holds more?
I don't know. I'm blind. What do you think? Talon mag would be the first assumption just because of height.
Yep, because this is a 20 round extension mag. This one only holds 18.
Only holds 18.
Yeah, this one only holds 18 rounds. Let's bring a better comparison here. That's still not a good comparison. So 15 round, I think this came with my piston pump, versus, that holds about twice as much there, right? So double 15 is 34.
Wow.
If you do the math, I guess.
Yeah, plus 4. Thanks for doing the math. We'll give you a bonus
I'm not
4.
an engineer. I don't know why it happened, but double 15. These things hold 54 rounds, and
that's a 54, 30, not a 34?
34. If you want,
that makes more sense. I'm like, wait a minute.
50 round. This is your coda length. Ended up being coda length. That was like, that looks about right, just to be a bit absurd. So 50 rounds in something the length of a coda. I don't know how many rounds do codas hold, like 22.
Something like that, yeah.
50 now.
People can correct us in the chat.
For those of you with flywheelers, you're going to be appreciating these. This is a bit absurd for me, so I just usually run these as 34s. 34 is a good length because, Talon length.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Before we move on, let me clarify. So this is also modular. So depending on the bottom will dictate whether it's a 34 or a 48 or 54, whatever number it is.
34 or 50. I just changed it at the base and turned it into something different. I could pull off the base on this and do the same thing. I don't know why I would. I think it ends up being about the same length, but yeah, about the same. But yeah,
you crazy. What? Come on. So now you've made the mags modular. You crazy son. Holy cow. Keep going.
Okay. So I'm sure you're telling me, like, Eric, Moose, these magazines are like, magazines that their disk capacity are really hard to load. But I mean, you just throw darts into the tops of these, 2 at a time. It just, how hard Talon mags are with all the feeding. Yep. I can just shove these in through the top and it just works. When I started developing on these, I started with okay, here's a Talon, let's make it wider, let's see what happens. Why has nobody done this? Everybody comes at this with, well, everybody uses Talon mags. Whatever happens here needs to end up as a Talon on top. And that doesn't work. The follower has to be a certain width. There's got to be some way of compressing things up into the top. And the follower only moves so fast. So all that smashing happens and then nothing happens. And then you start building drum mags because that's your only option.
Yeah, because at that point, that was the choke point. It was always you can make a double stack, triple stack, quadruple stack, but you're right. We're all on the mentality where it's got to be the width of a Talon mag to fit existing blasters.
Exactly. And why? And I was like, okay, for the first time, I'm going to make my very own pump action half dart Springer because I've never done that before. And nope. I'm known for making tiny things, so I had to scale that up a bit to this size.
Yep. That is a great toy, by the way. These are fantastic toys. Toys.
Shoots.
It is a toy.
Foam.
Darts. Foam. Nerf stuff.
Now, unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, this is actually the 5th double stack blaster to have been made. Jay from also known as Flip Flop Foam, inventor of the Springer Perilous and the Onager and a couple others, he took I handed off my magazine design and says, hey, I can make this thing like feed darts really reliably. What does everybody else think? And then he took it 2 days later. He took the Crush and turned it into the Moosh, which was a double stacked crushoid, and it's like comes up with this excited video. It just works. A few days later, he's telling me about Springer Dolorous, and like 2-3 days later, he's got the side mag 330 FPS 20 round thing that's based on Springer Perilous, and it just works. He took it to an event in Utah and came back saying, it fed everything. It just works. He shortened that down to a 250 FPS thing he called the Mongrel. There's pictures of that, by the way. He's also there's been a couple of people who've been working on the flywheeler side of this. Jay made something called the Lorry, which just takes double stack mags, full auto. Another maker called OxyClean popped into my server. He's got a Protean remix for it already. So there's 5 blasters. There's 5 blasters now, somewhat released, some not released, that use this. I'm pretty sure when I'm going to be carrying my stuff because my shop carries my stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let Bareth from Bears Wares also carry my my Bison, my new toy. But I got since I was like, okay, well, if this works, then I better start working on my own version of a blaster that can do this. So
also, by the way, don't test fire it just because
loud.
We are lucky. So just show it.
We're gonna get sit down.
Just show the toy.
Oh no, another one.
Another
Quit
toy.
showing stuff in your hand.
Same length.
Anyways. Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, okay, I need this.
Say it's a toy. It's a toy. It's a toy.
It's a toy.
These are toys.
It is a toy.
Toy.
Nerf and toys, man. Darts on this is great. Toys, yay, toys.
But I mean, everybody told me, the conventional wisdom is double stack magazines don't work. And I've now there's 5 blasters out there now that will take these and run them just like their normal Talon mags. I mean, these things, they don't fit in a Talon, mind you. These require a specialized blaster that has either some kind of feed ramp, because they're double feed, not single feed. They don't center on the top. So there needs to be some kind of funnel to do that.
That's where we were all going wrong, was trying to get it to single feed centered.
And realizing, especially with new foam, I know the expectation is like, or the previous example would be the Dominator mags, which used full-length darts from years ago, which sucked. Half-length darts are a lot different than that, especially these new ones from
I was going to bring up. Worker foam is stiffer than the old full-length foam that we were using. I've got some that are really like the Oimio stuff that I got sent 35 1,000 rounds of, is much denser foam. And that's, it's advancements in technology and in the hobby. I mean, let's revisit old things that didn't work. They might work now. So I love that you did it. Just because we couldn't get it to work 7 years ago doesn't mean someone's not going to figure out how to do it now.
I was concerned at just how easy it was. I probably spent 2 hours on this entire project of, well, what should it do? What should it look like? And I mean, it's a little bit wider at the front of the feed lip, so they kind of try to angle in a little bit. Not that it always works, but like, what would feeding look like on this? What type of, would there need to be some kind of ramp to bring it up and center it either left or right into the system? With horizontal flywheelers, doesn't even matter. Just catch the top of the dart and it'll be pulled in from either direction. And I have no idea why people haven't tried this yet again. I guess the difference is, go on.
I think a couple of reasons. Like, first thing, when I look at it, is the fact that, so when double stacks were coming in, it's not like you had as many 3D printed blasters, designs, or anything else like that. Which means even with modifications, you were limited by like the magazine well, and that dictated everything. What now, you've just crossed over that line where it's like, all right, we've gotten everything to the single. Why does it have to be a single? You know what I mean? And you ventured on where it's like, it doesn't have to be a single. It's also helpful that you designed your own blaster to go with it. So even if no one else, even though people already have, no one else has, you know what? There's a one-off experiment. Mine does work and it feeds. But with everyone 3D printing so many parts and pieces, and with a lot of the different parts being modular for designs, it's not that far of a stretch. And the Protean is a great example to just print a wider mag and the necessary things for it. So what you really have done is, it is the opportunity or option where suddenly you may not be able to put the double stack back into where a Talon is, but at the same time, a whole new line of blasters where, depending on the option you get, whether it be aftermarket attachment to it or the blaster design from the beginning, is having just blasters that shoot doubles. Never mind for like, especially HVZ or for tournaments. You're telling me now for an HVZ, instead of packing 15 like Talon mags, I just need 3 of those things and I got enough darts for all morning? Like, come on.
Also, check this out. So if you're running, the old school warp Sayas, these things fit because it's stretchy and it uses the same width. It even clicks in. So you can now run 34s where you used to be running 15s.
So here's what I need you to develop.
Okay.
There it is.
I need you to develop a magwell adapter from Dominator mag to that.
Okay.
It's going to need to have the feed ramp built into the adapter so that you can put it in a blaster that doesn't have the feed ramp. Because my FDL3 has a Dominator magwell. And I've been considering modifying it to take half darts anyway. That would put me over. Like, if I can get a 35 round or 34 round magazine that's not absurdly long, that would be what would get me to swap my FDL3 over to half darts.
I'm curious where the catch would end up, but it would need to set probably a little bit lower. No, it wouldn't, because flywheeler, it just needs to be able to push off the top of the dart and it would just load right in. The way this thing works with springers, it's just it's a standard pusher. It just grabs the top corner, loads it up into the feed ramp. Mm-hmm. Flywheelers only just need to catch the top half of the dart, push it into the wheels, and it's dead simple. Now, if I liked wires and stuff like Squish does, I would potentially dive into that. I got one of my locals, Bob M. Tran, is working on high-con flywheeler that hits close to 300 FPS in a tiny package, and he's like, if I can make it go straight, he's going to switch to these.
I don't know if you already mentioned this, but they've already done a protean that takes them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's even one with that has a hole in the top of the thing, and you can just feed darts into the magazine from the top of the blaster because of how it feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the community wants in on this. Files are free. Files are out on printables right now. I've even got I built up a step file that includes, like, okay, if you cut this into your blaster, it will include the mag well, the place where the magazine catch needs to go, as well as a useful useful funnel. So if you've got a design that you think would be wide enough, now calibernoids have issues with trying to get between, get around this, but if you've got one that you're working on, it's like, okay, I want to try that. Shove this in, line it up with a barrel, get the pusher to wherever the barrel is, and you're 90% of the way there.
I might just have to try to design my own mag adapter for
make it happen.
Dominator mags.
So wait,
I've never seen
question.
a Dominator mag.
So then, obviously, like a big question that pops in my head, and anyways, a common question more so that might be asked is the fact that you're putting, let's say, 50. What's the maximum now? 50 darts.
I've built 50 because 50 is the kind of the absurd limit.
Yeah. So at 50 darts, my question is, at 50 darts in your head, especially when you think like a Talon, once you get past 18, 19, you are crushing darts because of the spring. Meanwhile, you got 50 of them stacked up, yet they feed properly and they're not crushed. What kind of spring do you have in the bottom of it?
So the only hardware required is a drum spring.
Yeah, you
sell
drum
these for
spring.
$1. It's a continuous force, so wherever it is in the mag, it's getting the same amount of force.
It never crushes the darts.
The other cool thing with these things is just how long you can leave the darts in the mag. I did a test where I left them in for 72 hours and they weren't crushed. If you look at it from the perspective of, say, this dart, like right here inside the magazine, it is touching this dart, this dart, this dart, and that dart, and the side of the magazine. So it's got lots of friends holding it on from all sides, and it's not getting, like, what is this? This has got 2 points of contact, the one below it and the one above it, and they all get smashed, also because of the compression spring. These things, with good darts, load them up the night before the event and still be able to use them the next day. I mean, not that it's hard.
Blasphemy.
Heresy.
Heresy.
Sorcery. I can't agree more.
Somebody call the church.
I was not expecting the results that I got out of this. I was expecting it was one of those. Adam Savage had one of those, like, I kept expecting this to fail, and it kept not failing. So it works. Like, at what point is this not going to work? At what point is this going to turn out to be a boondoggle, and I never should have gone any further? And that point never happened. It just kept going until it turned into something.
I guess my next question: well, after 50, how big have you gone, or are there plans just to see how far can you go?
I believe that you could probably fit up to about 63, 64 with these drum springs. I mean,
before the spring spawns out, yeah.
Before the spring becomes. I mean, this is the same spring, well, similar spring that you'd find in the breacher, like the breacher follower. How long is that? About this long. So I could, assuming friction doesn't win, I could potentially have a magazine that's this long that holds, I don't know, 80 darts. I am surprised daily when this thing keeps working.
No kidding.
Yeah,
like this.
I'm definitely gonna have to try to build a Dominator Magwell adapter for it now.
Yeah, I'll get you some files, including the I sell the drum springs on Moose Mod Shop for $1 a piece, and I've only got 1,800 left. So buy them before they disappear.
At this rate, yeah, they might be gone pretty
That's right,
quickly.
they just might.
Dude, that is just. Anyways, yeah, keep going. Sorry.
That's what I've been working on now for, I don't know, 2 months now. I should be putting out more orders, but my brain can't stop working on this project, and it's come to fruition. Because I knew this was happening, I put up pre-orders for hardware and finished blasters yesterday out on Moose Mod Shop. I'll sell hardware for $65 for a Bison, and completed blasters for just short of 200.
And what's the FPS going to be on the Bison for those following along at home?
As I can, I can get it down to 160s, and I'm not sure what the top end is, but as built, it was hitting 265. I've got mine for my local group tuned down in the 250s, so that I can work with it, and that's with a 14.5-inch barrel. I could make the barrel longer and put in the full-length K25 and see what happens. It might be close to 300. I don't know. I haven't cared to look yet. Somebody can explore that.
Somebody probably will.
Someone will.
I know
think we're
people
looking
who
at
are
them.
into chasing numbers. I just want my big darts to go where I point them.
We appreciate that, and
yeah.
Captain Xavier has proven that on the range.
So you gonna replace those round things yet with all the new dents in them after Greg took care of that?
I mean, at this point, they were originally serving platters. At this point, you could use them as a soup bowl. Somebody did peg my 25 round target with the Mammoth. I'm surprised the metal didn't actually tear, honestly.
You saw Walcomm's video where he's blowing up a White Claw with it. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah. Baffling.
It is. So then the double stack mags. Yeah. Now you will be selling the mags in your shop, and I guess how are you going to sell? Like the base is one price, then depending on the extension, or just have people print them on their own, or
my
all of the above.
People who look at my website, my pricing structure is please print it yourself. I mean, I'll do it, but you're going to pay me for it.
Yes.
Like
What's expected,
Greg, for example, you could buy the hardware kit and buy a printer and buy the plastic for the cost I'm going to charge you to make it. And people still make me make theirs despite that. But files are free. Springs are $1. If you want me to print them for you, I'll put up some prices for them. $7, $15. I don't know yet. I'll have to look at how much of a pain in the ass this turns into.
You much like Captain Xavier also need an assistant.
Yeah, Squish abandoned me. He's not listening, right? He's playing with his playing board games with his wife, which I suppose is more important than Nerf, but whatever. Yeah, he was making zincs for me, and he's like, this takes too much time, and these are too much of a pain in the ass, and I'm not doing that anymore. So he's not helping the shop. So it is now just down to me and the kiddies.
Just very wary of not going down the route that like Silver Fox and some of the other ones have gone of taking in strays from the hobby, and then making them work for room and board. No,
if Out of Darts would take me in for room and board, you know what? I'd be on board with that.
I don't know what they're paying Flux and Jose, but it's fairly good money.
Good enough. If you can live in the Pacific Northwest.
I want to work for Out of Darts. I volunteer for Out of Darts. I do volunteer for Out of Darts.
Yeah.
But they send me stuff, so it works out.
It works out. I send you stuff, although you usually pay me.
Yeah. I have in the past paid you because you're like, good God, man, take some money.
Yeah,
is
seriously.
absurd. One of these days, I will get around to properly assembling that Moose 2.0 so it'll actually fire.
I need to just like take a trip up there and fix it for you or something.
Yes, you do. You absolutely need to come visit me in my makerspace anytime
Yes,
you
you do.
want.
All right. I will. When I need to get the hell out of Texas, I will be looking in that direction too.
It's lovely up here. What?
You're getting out of
No, anytime. Just let me know.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
make it happen.
I'll just have to ship some toys. Toys.
Yes, toys.
Come to my arena. Have fun. Come play in my makerspace.
Oh, that'd be cool.
We have all
He's-
my
he's-
collections.
If
I'll
he
make you
shows
some
up with his
rockets.
toys, he's
It's-
gonna
You
make
make something that fires rockets, and I will make you the rockets. So.
Okay, as
there
I
it
was-
is. See,
but what's-
there it is. Yes.
what is the dimensions on that tube on the back of those rockets? Because I think Greg could be used as a spigot. I mean, given all the air leakage through that thing,
Maybe.
there's a
We can
lot of
definitely turn what you've built. I mean, yeah. I mean, we know you can fire demolisher rockets off of things like the Nexus. So obviously, we can make rocket grenades for yours. It's just a matter of developing them.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like, I mean, I could just make this a little bit wider, and suddenly you've got your very own spigot mortar.
Or I can chamber the rocket for that existing spigot.
Fair enough.
I determine what I bore the rocket out to. Like I said, we can make a custom mammoth rocket grenade if we want to, and I will happily make that a thing.
Evan, if you're listening,
Well, here's a great example. Look at the wall behind him. You give him the ammo type he wants to shoot, and he will develop the blaster. So first option, right off the
Here,
bat,
we can go the other way around. You can build the blaster, and I'll make a rocket that it can fire.
especially with common foam, especially with materials that you can find easily. Then
Yeah.
thank you, previous large companies for giving us stuff. Now we're
Yeah.
giving it back to you. You should make it like this. Yeah, keep going.
Mega XL Moustache 1, that's coming up after Bison goes live. So those of you into shooting big darts, not necessarily rockets, big darts, that'll get you 105 FPS and actually reach past what everybody else is doing with their stock blasters. So I am not afraid of ammo types except for Ultra. I'm afraid of Ultra. It's just weird. But everything else, I'm considering maybe it might be possible for me to turn those N1 darts into something useful. I haven't looked into it yet.
Insulation.
Packing material.
Oh, there we go. Packing peanut launcher. There we go. Accurized high power packing peanut launcher.
That's just ultra.
He just
We
eventually
have
when
it already. It flopped. What do you want?
yeah, buy it by the box. That's your packing peanuts, man. Ultra darts. Sorry,
Flopped like
N1
a
darts.
soccer player, man.
Oh my God, seriously.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Flopped like LeBron.
I'm only now recently getting into using pistol ammo and rifles. I'm used to my rifle ammo and everything. You know,
No, don't go small. Go big, man.
big.
Between us,
Rockets.
we will finally realize my goal of a Nerf howitzer.
Imagine 100 bearing B car firing from like a sabot from like a monster pool noodle. Oh God, we're gonna have to get Mark Rober in on this.
Well, I mean, Out of Darts already built him a tank, so now
yeah.
we need to build the anti-tank gun.
And you know what? Yes, starting with the mammoth, it's because the videos we shot, I've done. We've been using it as artillery because it's fun and it whistles. So remixing the mammoth into an anti-material or like
I'm trying to figure out how to make a safe whistling rocket. Because they make footballs that have the whistles on them, but I don't want to get that to the side of the head.
Fair enough. So now you're starting manufacturing. How do you manufacture whistle football dart heads?
Well, I tried something. Actually, one of the foams I found out, this is going to make great Titan rocket foam, originally wasn't why I ordered it. I ordered it because it was a pool noodle that had a whistle in the end of it. And these were sold as sports gizmos, like the thing you wave at a sports. They come in all the colors, and it's got a whistle in it for making noise. But for some reason, it was a more dense pool noodle material than any of the other dense pool noodles I've ever tried. So I was hoping I could take that whistle and figure out how to make it work with the rocket. And so far, I haven't succeeded. But it was in the right direction.
And that was the with Greg finding out that the whistle actually worked. That doesn't whistle; it screeches all the way down to those targets.
Yeah, I discovered that back when I made Eyre's very first attachment, which fired old Whistler darts.
Oh man!
They didn't make any noise for about the first 50, 60 yards because they were going too fast, and then the screen kicked in, which Lance can attest to because I was firing at them at WSU. Back before we understood what FPS was and why firing darts from a single Titan was bad.
Now we've got Jericho to show us the way. But yes, it was the same problem with High Speed Mega. Is it doesn't whistle, doesn't go straight either. It also doesn't whistle when you shove things down the barrel that fast. But Greg did. Greg made great screechy noises when it fires.
For all the bad things about the Ultra Whistlers are the best whistlers that Nerf ever came out with.
I'll dump those into a 40 max shell.
And it's glorious.
You dump 6 of those into a 40 max shell for your Moose 2 and
Oh yeah, that's right. That is right.
I will definitely be probably making a Jericho shell for Ultra Screamers.
Oh
just
man,
because that would be terrifying.
That'd take like 9. It might even take like 18 at a time if you just double stack them.
I'm gonna have fun with that Jericho. I'm gonna make it shoot things it weren't meant to shoot.
That will be a nightmare salvo, man.
Oh man, can you imagine like
I will be firing clusters of demolisher rockets and stuff like that.
I can imagine like some master shell of like 50 caliber foam balls backed with half darts with a cluster of Mega and like a Mega XL and a couple just like make a stack of everything going out at once.
I have some shells that somebody made for me years ago that attach on the front of Eyre. They just thread on that can fire Mega, Rival, and Elite at the same time. It's got barrels for all of them just on one attachment. Just
you
there,
want
have foam.
Spread. There's your spread. That'd be like for that one zombie who keeps
super zombie
coming after you.
Fired something that kills it. Let's move. Do that with Jericho, but now you've got Mega XL, Ultra, all of them screaming, just screech. Something got him. Let's go.
One dart, one shot, one tag. Here we go. Yeah.
One shell, one tag. Next round.
I like that idea. So
with the double stack,
we've gone from all right. I want this blaster to be able to fire any possible ammo. To I want this blaster to fire all of the ammo.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want variety. I want all of it.
Sometimes
Which we could also just go, all the old blunderbuss of just put a wad in, fill the barrel with every conceivable kind of ammo, put a cap on it, and just fire the whole thing. It's every single major ammo type in one volley for the lols. I will be making that shell for the Jericho too. I need a blunderbuss shell.
Yes, you do. Timing right now, interesting, and it's mentioned in the chat. and I know we talked about it, but let's get into this a little bit, is the fact that you now have Eric that has come out with a double stack mag, and we have X Shot that had the cojones to come out with an affordable AEB and functional AEB. So now, if his double stack mag takes off, and let's say someone like an X Shot or a Dart Zone or Worker or someone else picks up on this, the novelty of a double stack, and suddenly they come out with an AEB that's also kind of comparable to what the PP is, but it feeds double stack mags. Are we now like on the dawning of another revolution, much like when Dart Zone brought out the Nexus Pro, or am I reaching?
There would be people who would argue with you that the PP already is breaking metas everywhere and is going to ruin the game all by itself.
They said that when Rival came out. They said that when Half Darts came out. They said that when everything came out. They said that when the Caliburn came out. It didn't ruin everything. It changed things, but it wasn't instantaneous. It didn't make it so that suddenly the only thing anyone ever uses is that blaster.
I mean, I'm used to dragging meta-breaking crap out onto the field.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a shield... Yeah, no.
That's adorable. What you have as a target is what you have.
Bigger target, even.
Yeah.
Sorry, Toast. I mean, that would be some kind of ideal. Accuracy paired with high speed, paired with cheap, easy 50 round magazines.
Volume.
That you could just be aggressively, like, turn it into paintball. And I see that as being a possible outcome. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. This group, the Nerf has always been like my favorite thing was like, you can just bring whatever so long as you're using a dart and it goes that way. What's going to work next week? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And the people who buy the blasters off of the shelf, the people who print their own stuff, the designers, we all kind of just play into it and see what we can do, and everybody's still having fun. At what point, if everybody's running a piston pump, are we still going to be having fun? Probably. There's going to be somebody out there with a deploy doing psychic damage and by tagging out the people with the high speed, high power thing. So gotta watch out for those deploys.
I tell you, those secret deploys. But like, where was I going with this one? Like, the one thing, and you can tell, is that why do we not have drum mags? Because what happens, all the major manufacturers, they all still get the same kind of biggest question, like, never mind AEB and a Winchester, or like the like what the Outlaw was, like in terms of revolver. But the most common question they get is, give me a bigger mag. And we have not seen a drum mag. And it's not because they probably haven't designed one. It's probably because they have not been able to design one cheap enough for mass production to therefore make it worth selling. Again, we got to realize these major producers that make it, as big as the hobby think it is, we are a drop in the lake, man, but we're a great R&D for them. So you haven't seen drum mags from the major manufacturers because it doesn't make any sense. Yep, drum mags.
Yeah, there you go. There's balls.
Now...
I'm like, hey, I hate drum mags. I'm going to make a stick mag. OxyClean comes in. That's his Protean, by the way. And says, all right, we're going to take two super drums, smash them together, and we're going to have 140 dart capacity. Take that. I don't know what to make of it.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know if it works or not. I'd have to he's kind of been evasive about that. It kind of works, I think, is the answer. More work to
reload.
Yes.
But then, one you eventually need to reload. The idea is that you wouldn't need to reload. The thing is, odds are, he's probably running that full auto or burst or burning through rounds like nobody's business.
Because you can.
Yeah. Nerf had drum mags back in the early days. We had the 25, the 18, the 20, the 30. And then they eventually came out with the 50. And Busby, I think, had a drum mag for a while, a 30-round drum mag. Obviously, we've got the Easy E 50 round. We've got that 70 round. Ultimately, I think one of the reasons they're not as popular as you'd think is they're a pain to carry.
That's it.
Which what I used to do back when I did HVC at WSU is I would start with a drum mag, but my reloads were all stick mags because those I could put into pouches easily. And when the drum mag ran out, I dropped it in a dump pouch. Most of the missions, I never ended up going through the whole drum mag, so it never really came up. But stick mags are just more convenient. They're easier to carry lots of.
Well, here's the other thing from a manufacturing perspective.
If we can make a stick mag that holds 50 rounds, what's the point of a 50-round drum? It's going to take up an eighth the space.
Exactly.
How much does a 50-round drum mag cost to manufacture compared to a simple stick mag like this? And that's the other reason. So even though they did the drum mags, they did it for gimmicky, but at the same time, we know the problems with it, never mind the cost of making them, which is why you don't see them in the half darts and everything else for that same reason, where it's like, how much does this cost us? And is it going to cost 3 times as much as a stick mag? And are we going to sell enough of them for those reasons also for comfort? As much as everyone wants a drum mag for actual play, how many are you going to carry around? Where this suddenly, which makes it game-changing, is now you have drum mag capacity in a stick mag for the cost of a stick mag, maybe even less now.
$1 drum spring plus plastic. That's all it took. Just
most of the places where something like that would hypothetically be game-changing limit the ammo capacity anyway. So it's like comp, it's not going to make a difference because you're limited to how much you're allowed to carry. In full-size Nerf wars, if it's an infinite res game, it's not going to matter because both sides are going to have people that have it, and everyone's going to infinite res. So, it's going to be neat. You're going to have to reload, or switch mags left often. It means that people are going to take twice as long on the side in between games reloading their 50-round stick mags. But before they were reloading 10 25-round mags. Now they're going to be loading 5 50-round mags. It's going to take the same amount of time to reload. They're ultimately going to carry the same amount of ammo on them. That's just going to be in fewer magazines.
These things are so freaking easy to load. You just grab 2 darts at a time. So you're loading it up twice as fast anyway, and it just fills up. I was trying with 4. 2 is my limit. Just so your 50-round mag, you're only like doing 25 actions to reload it instead of these things were always a pain in the ass because push dart down, put in, push dart down. These things take too long. Mine are fast, and that wasn't even planned as part of the design, and they just happen to be that way.
The one advantage for these mags for comp is that you don't have to now carry 3 or 4 mags. You can carry 1 or 2. So you save time on the reload. If you're allowed
to carry that much, then because reloading in comp, that's a big slowdown. That's a big risk. When you switch mags, that's the time they can rush you. Which is why you should always have a sidearm.
So everybody's asking
different debate, but yes.
Everybody's asking me, hey, can you do double stack pistol?
Yeah,
probably not.
We can because the 3 of us have meat hooks for hands.
I've considered it. I mean, obviously, I need to angle it to make it like somewhat useful. But imagine, I mean, this is 18 rounds, so put in use that as a internal magazine. Feed from the top like the Mark II. So now I have like a 19-round pistol double stack top feed. It could work, baby. I don't know.
Now you're gonna have to build a speed loader.
Yep.
Yeah. Problem solved.
So how much magazine do I need for 18 round elk mags? Those are this long. Same thing. So those of you who like to do sniper status but actually want to carry ammo, here's your path.
However, a double stacked AEB, that'll be fun, and you'll see everyone have one at one point till it's not as shiny as new anymore, but still that'd be fun. It's much like it's like the next take on a double on the double stack FDL like you had, where you had the 40 rounds in it, and it's like, this is great if it just would feed properly.
Yeah, I have never run it with the Dominator mags at an event, and immediately realized this is a problem. I put the adapter scales in and I run it on Worker 22s. But if I could get it to reliably feed from a double stack 50 or 34 round mag, I would finally probably update that pusher to be able to do half darts.
Yeah.
Which actually I should be able to design the magazine adapter to have the extended pusher.
There you go. Yeah, that'll be fun. I want to see that happen. The more people who adopt this, the better. Also, if somebody wants to like make a better version of this, I'm all game. Like I said, I spent 2 hours making this. 2 hours of catting and waiting for files. It's like, it worked. It just worked. Everybody said it wouldn't, but it kept working. You know,
Here's somebody going, you weren't here when the darts were flimsy. You don't know our pain.
Yeah. See, that's how I get
down elite darts and tell me if it works.
That's how I got so many places. Is I don't know what I'm doing. I just
freeze. Then I freeze. I've frozen. I'm back.
I don't know if you're frozen. No, you're moving.
You're good.
Am I here?
You're here.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Moose. You're good.
You know, if I can spend 2 hours and get this, what can somebody who spends actual time trying to make this better get? I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'm not an engineer. I just make stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. You can build a bridge. Anybody can build a bridge. It takes an engineer to build a bridge that almost fails. My objective generally is throw enough plastic at it till it works, and like throwing enough dirt into the river until you have a bridge kind of methodology. If somebody actually spent a month making one of these better, making blasters better, they could go somewhere. I don't have time. I got a real job that I need to follow up with, and still build some of this old stuff for everybody else.
The problem is the vast majority of the people in this hobby are extremely ADHD. You'll be lucky if they spend 6 hours designing something.
Hyperfocus is a thing. Trust me. Yeah, the crossover with the ADHD is just it's amazing.
But at the same time, like you can't knock your process. Why? Because you created things like the Moose One, like the Mammoth, like your Elks. They are well-designed, functional blasters with a lot of power, and they work. So I think you're a great example of don't always worry about what you can't do, you're not supposed to do. It doesn't work. And don't be afraid to just try it. You think out of the box. You're not just sitting there going, all right, I can't do it because of this. You're just like one day, like, you know what? I want to try this and see what happens. Thinking out of the box, which is wonderful. And it still happens in the hobby, but you're a great example that even something like this, as a hobby as a whole, we're like, nope, Talon Mag, that's it, no more. And you're like, well, why? Let me do this.
Did you hear that, Void Heart? I'm talking. He's talking to you too. One of my locals.
Oh, what I wanted to touch upon before, though, with the fact like the double stack and then with the drum mags. Now in the hobby, obviously we got some functional drum mags, big ones that seem to be easier than the original one. As they come out, it's not like the double stack will replace the drum mag, because the truth is, for the double stack to work, it still now means that we have to create a new mag well or blasters to therefore function and fit. That doesn't eliminate the fact that how many blasters exist that take Talon geometry. So then there is always still a place for the drum mag. It's going to work. The idea being is now, like anything else, it's not like just because we have a new idea, it doesn't have to replace everything. It doesn't mean everything else has to go away. It doesn't mean the meta is destroyed, blah, whatever. The great thing about this hobby is that it branches and covers so many different aspects. This is just another option and another way to do what we want to do, which is fling foam and have fun with it.
I mean, you can go get one of those muzzle loading blunderbusses and go play with that. Have fun, whatever. I just happen to like hitting people from really far away and with either a lot of foam or big foam.
What I want to make sure, what I hope the people who are designing blasters to take this mag take into account is design it so that it's easy to make it also take Talon mags, because then it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Correct.
Unfortunately, with mine, it's the whole pusher system's a little too wide to work with Talon. It could probably be modified. I didn't design it to need it, but in that same vein, the catches for it line up about where the pusher needs to be. So, obviously with the Talon, you're catching it from dead center on the dart. With mine, you're catching a little bit lower, but everything here kind of matches up. Width-wise, I'm still the same.
Like you said, somebody should design a better one. I'd like to see them design one that makes it easy to be able to use both. Similar to my FDL3, can take Dominator mags, but can also take a Worker 22 round mag just by popping in 2 scales into the mag well.
And for my use case, the Lynx exists. So does the long shot. They exist. Mine isn't going to do so many pump action half dart primary springers exist. I'm not doing anything new except carrying more foam and looking cool doing it.
Well, if you could take both, then if I had to choose between a Lynx or yours, I'd take yours, because I can use my existing mags, or I can use your fancy bigger mags.
Yeah.
I like having the modularity of it because I'm a nerd like that.
Modular nerdity. I love it.
I tell you, but also at the same time, like your Bison, when you designed the Bison, this is all around like the idea of the double stack mag. So at that point, you're trying to make at least one work, which makes sense. Does that mean later versions you decide I'm going to do it later on, which is great, but that was the whole purpose, which is why the Bison is only a double stack. But exactly what Captain is talking about, especially those at home designing it, and like the Protean is a great example, because where the magwell sits, it's an easy way to go either way or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're in the middle of designing a new blaster or process, now is a great option to make it easier for that modularity. That way you can go whichever direction you want.
Yep. And
but you're not fighting the Talon mag economy. You're augmenting it, which just makes it easier to adopt your option.
That's fair. Yeah, agreed. People should be, the people who, well, right now, what are we doing? We've got people who are designed to taking blasters that can already take Talon mags and making it take this, because they see the opportunity to make it take this. Reverse compatibility, yeah, maybe. The having a funnel doesn't prevent you from feeding a single dart through the middle of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's really just a matter of making sure the geometry is such that you can add the scales or whatever to chamber the magwell down, and if you can make it so that it'll work, then cool. That would be awesome.
The major problem, everybody loves calibernoids, because they're so dead simple. The problem with some of this reverse compatibility is that this is about the width of the plunger tube. So your bars that push that need to be able to go between that need to be wider than the actual plunger tube. The reason why Jay flip-flop foam, great name, was able to make it 2 days turnarounds is all his stuff has one piece of flat bar on the top to move the ram back, and it's his pusher is offset down. That offset down was able to just take this with almost no effort.
Yeah, just widen the magwell.
Yeah.
Add the funnel.
Yeah. Exactly. I know one of the questions is going to be, well, can these things take worn foam? Apparently they do. I might have had a couple more extra jams in it that I might have had with when I took this thing out using the club darts, But Jay has reported back that his runs everything without any issues. The fact that,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, it obviously using good foam is going to be the best way to do it, but it'll take used foam and still give you good results. But again, you could just load up the new stuff the night before and take a bunch of full mags and don't even have to load up when you get there.
I like that option.
I tried that once early in my career with Talon mags and learned my lesson quickly.
It's nice. Can't do that. Has anybody been even attempting to monitor the chat? Because I have no way of looking it up on my phone.
Oh, I have been. I've been looking at it.
It's like 2 feet that way, so yeah, no.
So it's just me. I've been commenting people's thoughts before I bring it up in here, what they think about everything else, and what the question is. People are talking about it. General Strife is also attempting his first solder job, which is great. But here's a great. Generally, I'm physically a Neanderthal, and I figured out soldering. I have faith in you, homie. Truth. You look at three of us, and again, back to the meat hooks for hands. It is possible.
Keep the component, not the solder. That's the biggest piece of advice.
There it is. Tell them again.
Keep the component that you want the solder to attach to, not the solder. Also, use flux.
Also, probably use a better soldering iron than the $7 one I picked up at Harbor Freight. Might have also played early into my dislike for soldering.
If you're gonna do something, invest in good tools. Bad tools will make any job 10 times worse.
Or impossible. Make you angry and bitter. Turn you into an old man. Then you'll have bi-weekly shows where you yell at people and stuff like that. So
yeah. I'm thinking how my early solder days were rough because I had a lousy soldering iron. And I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. I had no frame of reference. I'd never soldered before it, and it didn't occur to me to look on eBay and see if what I was doing, or on YouTube to see if what I was doing was wrong. Then a friend of mine who soldered professionally watched me do it. She's like, "What on earth are you doing, you absolute monkey?"
Soldering?
I went out and bought a good soldering iron, and there were. I had words, I had feelings, but ultimately it was nice to realize, oh, this isn't nearly as hard and horrible and painful as I thought it was.
Now, see, one of my next projects I've got is Bob Trans Fulcrum, which is his High-Con flywheeler. And I paid him extra money to do like all the soldering. Everything is just drop in.
Yep.
Like I just drop it in and it does the thing. He's already programmed the ESC, which I've never had to program a Springer before, so I'm not sure how that works with flywheelers. Man, these wheels are something else. That was a $250 hardware kit, by the way.
No kidding. Show me that one you got to put together and finish. I'm curious.
I'll drag it along. This will probably actually end up in more newbies' hands. The new players who show up, I hand them like, here, have my SBF, go have fun. And don't think about the fact that it's a $600 blaster. Just go play with it because, that'll bring you up to speed at least.
At Mayhem, was it a Mayhem? It was a Mayhem when I had the Mammoth and I had the Moose out, and I let people touch it for a while. But then some guy, what he was doing with the Mammoth, I'm like, you know what? No, you know what? No, no, man. That is what do you sell for? What, $8,700? I'm like, don't do that. Yeah, don't touch that. Put it down. No. The man right there, he will happily take $650 with it, and you can do whatever it is you're doing with it now. Go over there and give him money.
Go play because I was right next to you, and we had the Grable full of Gregs.
Yep. And someone was doing something with it. I'm like, fuck, dude, no. No. Yeah, $650. No.
But you know, you got it. I'm already sending you new parts for it, along with whatever, you know. When you get a bison, I'll just throw in the parts that you melted with something that won't melt.
Oh yeah, for the mammoth, yeah, they give me the extended barrel too. I want the longer one, the longer metal one.
That's doable.
Sweet.
I actually
Nice.
sold my. I don't even have a Greg on me anymore. The one I took to AT&T Stadium, some guy wanted, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want a different one. I just sold him mine. He wanted just like identical. It's like, well, why have identical? Here, just have mine.
Yep.
And sold him mine instead of trying to make a new one, so I can make something brand new out of it.
Exactly. Well, see, so like when you go to visit Captain Xavier, for example, in his armor, he's always like, use whatever you want. Go ahead. I still ask him, but at the same time in my head, I'm like, I'll use this blaster. I think is about $400 or $500. You know what? I'm not feeling that today, so we're gonna use this one.
You want to use tier or you want to use the smart gun. These are literally one of a kind and irreplaceable. But yeah, go ahead. Let's load it up.
Now, in the shop, yes, but to take it out in the field, different story.
Yeah.
when the smoke just adds ambiance, or the emotional
Like when Hixie burnt your what did Hixie do to your? Was it he did it to
Oh yeah, he blew the flywheel off of tier again, which is a good excuse to finally upgrade the dang thing to brushless, because then the wheel will be bolted onto the motor.
And they're still friends, thankfully, so this is good.
Yeah.
I can't. I am at a point now where I cannot build anything just for me. It needs to, because there will be enough people who want one like it that I have to share. I have to give it, have to make it so that everybody else can make it too. I cannot. I haven't built a bespoke blaster since the MHP Vector, and man, that's a nightmare. But
That's how you're wired. That's just the way you do it, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Everything I paint, I don't care. You like the one I like, great. I'll just paint another one the same way. I don't care.
Yep.
I've only got a handful, and tier was one of them. Like, no, I'm not going to make another one. No, I won't give you the files. They're mine. Everything else, yeah, sure, whatever.
Different story. That was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and to remake that again, it's like no, man, no.
Yeah.
No.
I'd almost like to remake the smart gun just because I know how many things I did wrong the first time that I would get right now. Because back then I was still, all of my design work was done on the slicer.
Oh.
If you could see the flywheel cage that's on that thing and understood how I did that, it was like forging the Mona Lisa in MS Paint.
Some people have way too much capacity for masochism. It's just
yeah. Now for a while there, I got really good at not knowing how to 3D print the 3D model. I was good at not knowing how to do it. I could do some really impressive stuff in my slicer. Now I have a proper development tool, and I believe that my stress has gone down, but deplorable stress has really gone down. Just because he doesn't live in the world where I was still doing that anymore.
Things have gotten easier.
Making the world a better place.
The trying to, and what amazes me is there's people out there, Distinct being one of them, who does everything in Tinkercad. The work he does is crazy. I mean, he'll take something and just model in like details that if you tried to do it with a normal program would just not work. And he's doing everything in Tinkercad, and that's madness. For anybody who's used to be able to do something in 2 minutes, would take him 2 hours, but he spends the 2 hours to make it exactly what he wanted in a tool that he knew how to use.
Yeah, see, I'm currently using Tinkercad, but I'm doing really simple things like making circles and hexagons for fins. I'm not designing entire blasters in Tinkercad.
You don't need the whole rotational geometry thing going.
I very simple design work is what I'm doing. Slight modifications to existing stuff. I'm not designing from the ground up. I don't have that level, I don't even have a proper tool to do it with. I think I have Fusion 360, but the beauty of the way I've got it set up now is I can tinker on my desktop, and then I've got a laptop out in the shop that I can just download it to my laser cutter and.
Nice.
For the win.
It works well.
I don't know what I'd do without the Fusion anymore.
Yeah.
I learned it because there was something that needed to exist, and I didn't know any other way to make it. And that's how I learn new tools, is something needs to exist. So I better grab a tool to use it, the tool that'll do it at least somewhat right. And I keep using it wrong enough that it keeps working. So
yeah,
if I knew what I was doing,
remodeling. I got a file and I wanted to make some changes to it, and there wasn't an easy way to do it in either my slicer or in Tinkercad. So I ended up just printing it the way it was, and I was definitely right. This was not designed well.
Yeah. I've been down that road a couple times. Again, reasons why I picked up the Fusion is to fix those problems that smoked that first flywheel, because the cage was never right to begin with. But I did it. It was, to anybody out there who wants to pick up blaster design, go do it. Go watch my video on how to make elks. It's not that bad. There is a learning curve, but once you get past that first bump, the rest you just don't need to learn anything else. You just keep doing those 3 things over and over again until it turns into something. But you can learn more stuff. That's kind of the fun part. But it's not that bad. If I can do it and still successfully create things, anybody with enough time and drive can follow up behind me and probably do something even more creative with more time.
You learn something, you pass it on, man. Absolutely. Everything, let's look at all the videos, the library that Cap has. How many people have taken his videos and how many times he's heard it? I saw your video and it made me do this. I saw your video and I fixed this and did that. That's the whole point. We're all paying it forward. This is great. Show me something new. I'll show you what I got. Am I the end all and be all? God, no. But I hope you've learned from my adventures, from my flops, from my few successes, and from my challenges. And you know what? If you tell me how to overcome my challenge, God love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, help me out here. I'm not good at this. I am not good with these tools. I successfully create things, but what do you mean?
Someone teach me something.
What do you mean? Why are all your lines black and all mine blue?
Another good example. Someone teach Captain Xavier how to be a capitalist.
I need to learn how to properly exploit people for money.
You just need to find a good grift and figure. No, that's probably not the best way to do it.
No, it's not.
Toilet paper.
It's not exploiting people for money. For you, it's sharing the wonderful product in fair trade for your services.
Call it what you will. I'm exploiting people.
Fair enough. Hence back to I suck at being a capitalist. and he's happy with it, and that's okay.
I'm fine. Yeah.
You've seen the deals I've made with people. Here, just take it and pay me back later, whatever.
Yeah, the amount of, that's the thing, is I do reviews in exchange for the thing.
Yeah.
Apparently that's bad capitalism. I think I've frozen again. I should be demanding money in addition to the free stuff. But that just seems greedy. I'm getting the thing for free. Is that not enough?
Especially if those things are cool.
Yeah.
I think you enjoyed doing
No,
it
I
too,
did.
which also helps.
I took a big step into the world of capitalism. I actually set up a affiliate link for the first time in my career, and I have made about $174
No way!
from other people
Yes!
buying lightnings.
Yes. But because you're sharing that. No, that's yes.
And they liked my videos so much they're sending me 3 more lightnings. I'm pretty sure they're buttering me up for something. But
Those lightnings are
I
pretty
was
cool.
quite prepared to buy a second lightning. And they're like, no, we'll send you another one. And then they were like, our CEO saw the video and he liked it so much he wants us to send you 2 more. Like, what am I going to do with 4 lightnings? I only have 2 hands, but I do have friends.
Oh, no. Now we got to get you. Someone's got to make you a 4 holster loadout. So you just got.
We've already cast that
See?
scene.
See,
There were 4 guys.
What was one guy with 6 guns?
it's a whole modern space pirate
I
theme,
don't
man.
have the hat. I've got the beard for it. I don't have the hat for it. I think I've got a big cigar somewhere too.
Yep. See. Oh, by the way, what is that affiliate program? Where should people go just in case they want to check out this whole affiliate thing you're doing?
So if you go to my YouTube channel and you watch my review on the Lightning and you click the links that are in the description on my review on the Lightning, that's the affiliate link. So you can get both the blaster, the battery, and the magazine using my affiliate link. You can also then if you use CAPT, C-A-P-T, as a coupon code, it's 10% off. And free shipping, I think.
And what this is, by people using your affiliate link, do you want to see Captain Xavier at a local event that you can attend? Would you like to see him go to places? You know what helps him go to the places? Things that'll help pay for the hotel and flight to get there. So the affiliate link is not being greedy. It's now you're providing funds where you may see Captain Xavier at an event near you.
I know all this. I'm just bad at it.
I know. That's why I'm filling it in now.
That's what I need to do. I just feel bad when I do it.
That's why I'm doing it. So remember, that affiliate link is bring Captain Xavier to a city near you. Buy through his affiliate link.
Yeah, come to Dallas. We'd love to see you. Except, you'd have to be in Dallas.
If I'm never in Dallas again, it'll be too soon. I have rerouted flights so I didn't have to do a layover in Dallas. The barbecue in the airport gave me diarrhea last time. Plus, they never sent my pants to St. Louis.
Well, there you go.
It's starting to sound like a blues song. All rolled up here.
All rolled up into one. It was when I went to Mall Madness. I got to Mall Madness. My pants never made it. It didn't get put on the flight on the layover, and so they shipped my pants back to Seattle. My pants got home before I did. I had to buy pants in St. Louis.
That's funny.
My blasters made it because I unfortunately did the thing where they're like, we're out of overhead bin space. If anyone will check their carry-on, we will get it to you. And then they didn't get it to me.
Wow.
My checked luggage made it. My carry-on that I checked at the gate never made it. So I don't do that anymore. They had my charity. They had my help. Never again.
What they do? Open the door, throw it down the tunnel, and then left?
I don't know, but it made it home. So, I mean, there was that.
Yeah, because after the plane was gone, someone picked it up and said, oops.
We'll just put this back in the terminal. Yeah. It's like, I'm looking for the suitcase with skull and crossbones on it. Oh, yeah, we've got that back here. Yeah, I know you do. You sent me the email.
My pants, man. I need my pants. Come on, people.
Yeah.
By the way, so speaking of travel, side note, but just I can confirm, I am now officially going to RAG. I bought my. Here's the thing. I'm going to RAG. I bought the plane ticket. I have the hotel. I still haven't registered for the event, and I've asked for a table. Maybe I should register and buy a ticket to the event. But yeah, I am going to RAG.
Not going to RAG. Because I've got Bourse the next weekend and Mall Madness the weekend after it and Bourse the weekend after that. I cannot do 3 weekends in a row. I can't do it. So Mall Madness is the one I am absolutely going to. They just went live. I bought my ticket. So have fun at RAG. because Rag is cowboy themed. That's not my thing. Mall Madness is now cyberpunk themed. And like, I might just have to figure out how to get my smart gun there. Like,
Yep. Well, I also knew how busy you were going to be, so that's why I've been bugging you. You got to go to Rag, and you've been to all of them, so that makes.
The only thing is, if I bring my smart gun to Mall Madness, you know I'll die in the first 5 minutes and never get to use it.
Maybe you can send them. Hey man, can I do the 15 minutes as an NPC just so I can walk around with a smart gun and then put it away? And they might do it if you make that arrangement where a certain thing for a certain
I've done
thing.
that in the past, and again, I feel dirty about it.
Well, that you'll sort it out. But anyways, yes, I'm going to Rag. I am going with one Andrew, aka Dart Sweep, which actually has worked out well because usually this time of year the man is busy and he's got no time off. But because of how his work is going, he is available. He's like, I'm going. So me and him are flying out together. And then also one Anthony, Maritime Foam, he's like, screw it, I'm going. He did it. So I also blame him because I'm like, all right, you SOB, I'm going too. So the three of us are going out. We both land on the Thursday, staying through till Monday. And the three of us, just to save money, we're splitting a hotel room. So we'll see like who survives that one.
Survive the event or survive the hotel room. Either
Yes.
way, it will be an adventure.
It will be an adventure. So I will. The best thing is by splitting this up at the show, we can compare notes. He can tell us about Borst and Mall Madness, and I can tell you guys about Rag.
Yeah, exactly. We'll spread it out. Next year, I want to go to some other HVZs that I haven't been to. There's one in Colorado they keep inviting me to. There's one in RIT. I'd like to get up to the RIT one just so I can say I've nerfed in New York, because I haven't nerfed in New York yet. I don't think I've nerfed in Colorado. Technically, I mean, I did go to the foam thing Denver, or Fan Expo Denver. I did some nerfing.
Yep.
So.
Kind of.
Not like proper nerfing.
Correct.
I'm going to have to try to get to more events. Maryland was, just kind of opening the door to, wow, I can go to events and everybody buys my stuff. But
yes, that pays for your trip up, which is great.
Yeah. And pays, for all the meals. I get paid to my table crew who just hung out and needed to help. But I need to get to more events, definitely. Just
you do.
Show up and hang with friends.
I'll admit it. When I go to events, I'm more about the social aspect and the people thing. The foam flinging is the fun thing. But see, that's the great thing about these events. There's so much to it. You can't really do it wrong. People are there for so many reasons, and we're just happy you're there.
This place reeks of Monster and Adderall. I am definitely in the right place.
And pantsless people because they lose their carry-on luggage. So,
where are my pants?
Pants. Oh man. But yeah, so we're doing that, and we will report back about how that went. Never mind, Mall Madness should be fun because have they sold out of tickets yet or what?
I don't know. I think it only went live yesterday.
Oh,
yeah, has it sold out yet?
Probably.
I could probably make that, but then I'd have to see family.
Only if they know you're there.
Good point.
They would know.
Yes.
It's a brutal slog because it starts at 10 p.m. and goes to 4 a.m.
I crash at about 9 p.m., which is coming up here real soon.
It's a brutal event because we fly in Saturday. We take an early morning flight, and then we fly out Sunday afternoon. And you don't have to take any time off, but Lord, do you need it come Monday? Because it is an intense. I mean, picture all of the action that took place on the entirety of Maryland Mayhem's HVZ. Now cram that into a mall over 6 hours.
That's
less walking, more excitement.
It's very, very intense.
And probably better air conditioning, because that last Maryland Mayhem was brutal.
It is beautifully indoors at night, so it's not bad. It's also in October, so and if you need a rest, you can always just go to the food court where the human staging is and take a rest for a little while.
Human staging at the food court. That sounds ominous.
I'm guessing also the food court's not open.
Because if they need to make a major change, they just blow a whistle. Everyone goes back to the food court. They explain what's going on. Like, we're going to rechange some stuff. It'll be 15 minutes. Take a break, drink some water, get a snack. We're going to go fix this. And then off they go. Again, you could never do that on a Maryland Mayhem where you're spread out all over campus and there's no way to communicate to everybody.
This summer I had the opportunity to go hang with the St. Louis crew. It was like my second event that I did away from my local guys, and those guys are great. They're so much fun.
I am looking forward to it. They didn't have it last year for various reasons, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they've upgraded stuff, because they changed so many things from the first time I went to the second, and all of them for the better. Everything they did was better the second time I went, and I'm hoping they have made it that much more better, having another year to do it. So I'm really excited.
I'll have to look at my time off and see what I got. Maybe I can do this.
I'll write you a note, man. You're sick. You can't do it. Signed, Al.
Al, Dr. Al the Geek. That so play well.
Funny thing is, what do you mean it worked? This is awesome.
We'll get you a note from Dr. Flux.
See?
He'd sign anything I put in front. No.
He absolutely would. That man is a rumpet.
Can I get your autograph? Oh.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
Moose from work, he had diphtheria, Dr. Flux.
There it is. Actually, which reminds me, because of your relationship with Out of Darts and your proximity to him, be careful. You keep making those rockets, they might start buying them off of you.
You never know.
Yep.
You know, I could easily do a parts kit.
Yep. If only you knew someone at Out of Darts to talk to about that.
Yeah.
There we go. Because when you announce the rockets and people see them, first question, can I buy that? Can I buy that? And it's like, oh, crap.
I mean, I made a pair for Sergeant Deplorable here because he had an Ultimator and one rocket.
Yes.
And you don't shoot the original rockets because they're hen's teeth and made out of gold. Someone else, another one of our mod staff, had the same thing. He bought an Ultimator, had no rockets. So I made a pair for him. He unfortunately is getting the ones where I discovered that white E6000, while it holds the fins on, looks like trash.
I've never seen white E6000. I've never seen white E6000.
Nobody has, apparently. Apparently, they stopped making it 20 years ago, and I've just got a really old tube. Still works! That's how good this glue is.
I probably have to switch to that. I've been using the B7000 on all those the hollow point mammoth dart heads, because people have been buying these off of me lately. Like they see the damage they do and they want them.
Yeah, I want a couple.
I made them for accuracy, not destroying things.
It's not destroying things. I just need them to destroy things. All right, there's a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, E6000 would probably work a little bit better. I tried B6000 and B7000 and had the same issue of it would appear to work, but as soon as it actually cured, it would just pop right off the pool noodle and leave like no residue. Like it ever even was there.
It's the difference of the foam. It's a lot more larger cells.
It's because it's the smooth outer layer of the foam. There is nothing for it to attach to. It works beautifully on the ends where I've cut the foam to attach the head. Like contact cement works there magnificently, but it couldn't adhere to the outer layer of the foam.
I'm gonna have to use some of your wisdom to make better darts.
Give it a try.
He has jigs.
High trouble.
You can get a 2-pack on Amazon. It's like $10. It's fabulous.
See? E6000, man. E6000. It is good stuff. All right, quick, Eric. Do you have anything in the hopper that you want to hint at that you haven't told anybody that you're playing with, or an idea? You don't have to, but if you want to hit at something, now's the time.
Now's the time. Moose 1 XL is coming out shortly after I'm done working on the Bison kits. It's take your Moose 1, add some Greg parts to it, 55 bearing B car, and a very short barrel gets you 105 FPS, can reach places that and still work under FPS caps that are like, stock styles. Looks cool doing it, which is important. Kind of has that grenade launcher theme going for it. 5-round full-length magazines, because at that FPS, the full-length darts actually go where you point them, which doesn't happen on Mammoth. Which anybody who's tried to shove full-size darts in there would see that whole
I've seen it. It's magical. I've done it. It's amazing.
The whole beach ball effect that happens at those velocities is absurd. The longest shot I ever took off at a 30-degree angle up, and just I don't know. It just disappeared.
Wow. It's like a bottle rocket. It's crazy. A bottle rocket with the tail cut off.
So those of you who are like, well, can't you shoot full-length MXL? There it is. That'll do it, and it won't hurt anybody in the process.
No, I want one.
Okay. That can be arranged. Yeah, I know.
This is why we really wanted to talk about it. We want our free stuff, man. Why do you think we invited you here?
Yes.
I had a hunch.
And by free stuff, he gives it to us and we send him money anyways.
Yeah. And now I'm going to collaborate to give him rocket grenades.
I know. Some weirdo
grenades.
Gave me that for free and that for free. And
What? No, nobody does that. Which reminds me, I had 2 thefts. Wait a minute. No.
You saw nothing.
There's nothing here. See, also notice the size of his blaster wall. You know why it's not that big? Because the man gives so much of his stuff away to people, which is just amazing.
My prototypes never stick around. I just sell them off. It's like, okay, I'm done with this. It's done what I needed to here. Give that to somebody who wants it.
Yep.
It's like it's a piece of people call it a piece of history. I call it a piece of, well, that was something I did. Now I wanted to go do something else.
It was a step in the process, man.
But that's coming out. Bison's coming out, since I could show it, since we've only got a few minutes left anyway.
This is true. Now's the time. We managed to make it through the whole video. We got 7 minutes left. We could still mess this up.
You know why? Because it wasn't me and you holding it.
That might have been it.
Spring. 788 spring. Finger, and it can do 180 FPS off of that.
Wild what this hobby has become.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Yeah, I'll get you some toys as they're coming out, and as I need to sell more, I'll get you guys some toys.
Yeah.
If you want in early on the whole Bison thing and my double stack mag thing, go to my website. Keep an eye on Bear's wares. I'm assuming he's probably going to have mine and everybody else's that as they come up, because he has licenses with the people who are playing with him, including me. So, great guy. Give him some love too.
Let's get him on the show. Let's get him on the show.
Hey, Barrett, you heard that? You need to come on the show.
There it is. By the way, Andy Griff was asking, will you ever offer down the road a short run of Zincs, like a throwback?
Maybe. Squish is like it currently if it comes down to it, he's going to be the one actually crafting the hardware, and if it does come back, it's going to be even more expensive than it was, and it will be hardware only because we don't want to build those things anymore. They do not want to be assembled. They just
I get it.
pain in the ass.
If you ask me.
I mean, I've got elks now. If you want elks are pretty cool.
They're really cool. I have a couple.
Xavier was the one who bought my first Build-A-Blaster at Maryland Mayhem, and
I did.
Yeah, you got the first one out of that batch, and I sold like half of my inventory over the course of 2 days. It was great.
Oh yeah,
It was a really
they're
cool
great
concept of yeah, a great idea.
It'll be back. I just need to print a bunch of stuff. Oh no, there's like Maryland Mayhem's in May. That's only like 7 months away. I need to get working on stuff now.
Oh yeah, for the record, I can officially say, unless something changes, I will not be in Maryland Mayhem, and it's in my backyard because I will not be here.
You'll be in Croatia, won't you?
I'm going to be in Europe. Yeah.
That'll be nice.
I think we discussed this last time. Is that a motherland or a fatherland?
Motherland.
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 Right,
Yeah.
Slavic, not Germanic.
Correct. So yeah, I will not be here for Mayhem, but it'll still be a great event. Moose will be here, and everybody else will be here.
I probably won't do that.
But who am I going to go to Advarhazy with next
I've
time?
been to enough.
I know.
I'm going to go to a different event. I've never been to. No repeat events next year. Except Mall Madness. I will be at Mall Madness next year.
You're going to Mall Madness. But otherwise, no repeat events. Oh, that's awesome.
So,
all right, now go ahead. Tell us, what do you got, Eric?
Hit up my Discord. I'm sure I can leave a link somewhere for come grab files if you want to start playing with this new technology.
Please do.
I'm handing this off to everybody. Any toy manufacturers out there who might be listening, files are free. Get in touch with me. We can talk about licensing if necessary. If this becomes a thing, great. If it doesn't, then you know what? I'm going to be probably selling as many as I need to.
Have you talked to Worker? If not, go talk to Worker.
I don't even know who to talk to at Worker. Somebody needs to leave a message in the comments for me.
Reach out to Out of Darts and ask them who to talk to at Worker.
There's a thought.
They do get custom stuff made. Yeah. Also, if you haven't talked to Out of Darts, what are you doing?
I've talked to Out of Darts. They know.
Okay.
They knew about this before anybody else, really.
Excellent.
But we'll see if they actually bite on it or just follow it. Those stores those stores who are kind of agile with their ability to print new things, those are people who probably need to come find me and get in on this while you can.
Silver Fox. If you haven't talked to Silver Fox, definitely talk to Silver Fox.
Yeah, now that I'm playing with pistol ammo like everybody else, I think I can be more mainstream.
Whatever, just be you. Mainstream, not mainstream. I hate that. Whatever. You just be you and make what you think is cool.
I will continue to make what I think is cool.
There it is. See that. Never mind mainstream. Mainstream. We're two old guys that complain about stuff. How is that mainstream?
I'm sure there's a market out there for it.
Yeah, there's a market for that. We're just not on the grifty side of it.
Well, yeah, and it's also not that common.
About the right stuff to the right people.
Right. Yes, but at the same time, our hobby's not full of grumpy old men. That somehow it works for us.
Just men who pretend like they're grumpy.
No, we're grumpy. Sometimes.
I'm hungry. We got 1 minute left. Can we move this along?
Let's move this along. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric, thanks again for being on. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you know where to find it. Go see it. That'll be great. As always, thanks for tuning in. This week, this week. Sorry, I just got distracted by a text message. Anyways, this Wednesday we have again we will have Foam Zone with one Andrew, aka Dart Sweet, and he probably actually has a guest. If he's still in here, he'll announce it. Our show will be back again in 2 weeks, and we're going to try to have Paper Skeleton on. He doesn't know that yet, but I guess I should tell him. But yeah, we'll be back on in 2 weeks if he's available. We'll try to talk to him, or if not, again, we'll probably have somebody else. With that said, if you're going to be in Detroit, go see one Captain Xavier. If you're in the Maryland area, it is the anniversary Blaster Battle happening this weekend. As always, our friends down in Knoxville, too. Don't forget to check out Blasters and Burgers down there. He's always great. It's always a great time, which one Captain Xavier was at. And there are many other events coming up, too. Yet my brain has just gone blah. But so feel free to comment in the chat. With that said, Eric, thanks for being here. Catman, have a great trip. Can't wait to hear about it. And the rest of you, do me a favor. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.